I was craving something sweet, so instead of going out and getting a bunch of ice cream, I decided maybe I could use ingredients that I have at home to make some cookies. When I was growing up, my family had a cookie recipe, chocolate chip cookie recipe that I really loved. I found out over time that I like it so much because it uses more butter than normal recipes. So I'm going to kind of adapt that recipe a little bit to fit some ingredients that I have here at the house. If you've ever made homemade hummus before, you've probably bought some tahini and have it sitting around and don't really know what to use it for. So we're going to use some of that in the cookies, as well as some cocoa powder and some walnuts. Start by taking 1 3/4 of a cup of flour, 3/4 a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Lots of quarters going on in this. Mix those together and set that aside. For the wet mixture, I'm going to use my stand mixer here. You could probably use beaters, I guess, or maybe your hand and a spatula. I don't know. We're going to take 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup white sugar, 1 large egg, 1 egg yolk, 3/4 of a cup or 1 1/2 sticks of softened butter, 3 tablespoons of tahini, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix that all together. People say cream it all together. I don't really know where that comes from, but mix it all together till it's incorporated, and then slowly add the flour dry mixture while the mixer's on a low setting. At this point, I'm going to grab my walnuts. This is probably like 1/2 cup, if I had to guess, maybe more than that. It was just the rest of the bag that I had. I'm going to fold those in just with the spoon in my hands. All right, a little trick here. I'm going to cover this. Well, I'm doing a poor job covering it, but we're going to chill this in the refrigerator while our oven comes up to temperature. They'll hold their shape more. Preheat your oven to 375, and when that's ready, we're going to scoop out some of these cookies, roll them into balls, place them in a very careful arrangement, and then redo it when you realize you don't have enough space. Get those into the oven somewhere around 10 minutes, or as I like to say, somewhere between 9 and 11 minutes. Heyo. Once you take them out, they'll actually seem like they're kind of soft or underdone. I kind of like that texture in cookies, to be honest, but they're not underdone. It's just the effect from having more butter. I kind of like to press them down a little bit once they come out of the oven, squish them to make them more cookie-ish, and just wait for them to cool, and they will definitely harden, so don't worry about how soft they are. And look at that interior. These cookies were awesome. Good little snack. I had to send some home with a friend because I would just eat all of them, but yeah, these came out really awesome, actually. Similar texture to my family's chocolate chip cookies, but with a little twist. Hope you liked that video. See you next time.